Ba-da-bum. Said I wanna see you again, but I'm stuck in colder weather. What's up, friends? It's 11 o'clock. It's Thursday. This is Culture Drop Live. Hi. Who's here? Say hi, check in on the chat, say hello, all that kind of jazz. Let's see. Where's my team at? Emily, Carrie, there's Emily. Hi, everybody. And this is our last Culture Drop Live, for the time being at least. So momentous and fun and interesting and all that stuff. So yeah, as you check in, chime in, say hello, where are you from, what company you work with, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, good. Hello, friends. So we are doing what we do every week, which is talking about the video that came out this week for Culture Drop on Tuesday. And and then doing kind of an Ask Me Anything format, talking about the topic, but then any topic, any questions, conversation around, so like leadership, teams, culture, communication, all that sort of thing. Chris, what's up, Chris? Good to see you. Thanks for joining, man. Good to see you here, as always. So, the way this works is we talk about the kind of like the topic first. Nicole, Camp Corey, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So yeah, we talk about the topic first, and then we sort of, have discussion and conversation and sort of see where things go and do an Ask Me Anything, kind of talk about whatever topic is on people's minds. But every time we do this, we start with a poll. So we did an Instagram poll this week. Carrie came up with, it was really funny, which is onion rings or Lord of the Rings. I think this is a really great one. So, and also the winner, shocking to me, onion rings won, but not like even close. It was 69% people choose onion rings over Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, what? And Carrie on my team, her other half, Dave, was like, onion rings are temporary, Lord of the Rings is forever. And I'm like, yes, of course. I don't know how you could vote for, even if you love onion rings, how could you vote for that over Lord of the Rings? Where are my nerds at? You know what I'm saying? Cool. So, great. So that's the poll for the weekend. And the Lord of the Rings in the Shire, onion rings in the Shire. There you go. That's, you got to merge the two worlds. I like it. So this is the topic for this week. We were talking about soft skills and talking about is it worth the cost to invest in skills in your people? And my, the topic this week, the conversation for me is like, for companies, you have to invest in the skill level of your people. And I think, yes, in their job skills and technical things that they're doing, you want to level them up and increase their ability to perform and do their jobs better and learn and grow and all that stuff. But I think especially, soft skills, which we're going to talk about a little bit, even calling them soft skills as opposed to like critical skills, people skills, interpersonal skills, etc. But it's so important. And my kind of premise, my thought around this is that most people don't show up or get hired into a company having like a whole lot of skills coming with them. Some people do, some people don't. So you're hiring people that have never been introduced to like skills around like conflict resolution or like nonviolent communication. How do you have difficult conversations, right? So point that I sort of make is, as a company, why would you rely on the skill set of the people that you have like as they are today, as opposed to like level them up? It's so, your people are executing your business plan. So whether they're interacting with customers or clients, they're interacting with each other, like performing on their jobs. If you level up their skills, like you upgrade the entire company. There's an actual like effect to that. And the point that I made in the blog, I think, is that a lot of companies maybe are like, well, we don't want to invest or spend the money in those skills because employees are temporary. I think that's a bullshit attitude about employees. But the other thing is and I said this in the video in the blog, is like whether you pay for them up front and invest in like leveling up your people's skills or you don't, you're going to pay for it either way, because the cost of not leveling up people's skills or having them not be able to like navigate interpersonal conflict or have challenging conversations or give feedback, like the cost of that is lower performance, like turnover, people quitting their jobs because they don't get along with other people at work. Like there is a cost to those things, like a hard, actual tangible cost. Even just your like higher paid leaders and managers and like people higher up in the organization that make more salary wasting all their time like putting out fires between of like personality conflicts and people that don't know how to communicate well and like right like or dealing with performance or behavior issues of employees because they don't have these skills and it's not something you prioritize. It's like that's a waste of money. I had a conversation this week with somebody about that, and I'm like, they're talking about like they have a lot of sort of like silos between departments and people that don't get along, and the typical dynamic of people that have been there for like a long time and they're set in their ways, and like that causes all these fires. I'm like, think about how much you make an hour and how much time just this week, or even in the one meeting that you had with your leader that was like 2 or 3 hours long dealing with like this bullshit that you're dealing with. Think about your salary over that 3 or 4 hour time, plus your leader's salary, which they probably make twice as much as you do. It's like, that's $1,000 meeting, like, or you spent one or more thousands of dollars this week on putting out the fires from that bullshit like thing. It's like, there's a hard cost to that. Like if you make $30 an hour or $40 an hour and you have a 3 hour meeting, or you spend 5 hours in 1 week, like that's $100. That's a couple $100 of your time spent putting out the fires of someone who doesn't know how to navigate conflict. And like expand that over 52 weeks an entire year. It's like these things, this costs you money. There's a hard cost to that. But I think it doesn't, a lot of organizations don't see it that way, and like investing in people's soft skills or their sort of critical skills. But I think it's absolutely imperative because you will pay for it one way or the other. Turnover is expensive. The amount of times, same thing. It's like people are like, turnover. I don't think I have assign a concrete cost to turnover. Think about how many hours multiple employees have to like write a job description, post on job sites, plus whatever it costs to post on job sites to like advertise. All the hours you spend like screening interviews and second round interviews, and like that's hours and hours and hours of time for multiple employees to interview and like make the right choice. And like, right, like if you add up all of those people's time, it costs thousands of dollars to hire somebody sometimes. And when you hire them, they're less productive than someone that had been there for 2 years because they don't know the job. So like it takes 6 months just to get them up to speed and like operating quickly where they know the job. They don't have to ask questions and be trained. Like there's a hard cost to these kinds of things. So it's like, but we don't want to spend a couple $1,000s to like train our people in conflict resolution or whatever. And I'm like, you're crazy. You're crazy. That's my opinion about it. I'll die on that hill. And also, let's say you're a small business or you don't want to invest the money. There's tons of resources out there that are totally free. How many videos do I have about how to resolve conflict? Or like how many books? You can buy like a $20 book for someone, read it together. Like just there's so many opportunities of how you can do that and have it cost you absolutely nothing other than the time investment. And that time investment you'll spend anyways by putting out the fires of people that don't know how to like give feedback to one another or like work well together. So that's what I want to say. I feel strongly about that. Also, I love you people. And we had some like good comments coming in. Actually, we asked on Twitter about sort of like, what are, how do you feel about soft skills? Should companies invest in these things for their employees? And a lot of people came out just being like, soft skills is not the accurate name for them. Like somebody called them empowerment skills. Someone was like, these are critical skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, people skills. I think a critical people skills is a great way of framing these up to be like, you need to know how to just like approach a difficult conversation and like have language that diffuses emotionally heightened sort of like situations. Like you can learn that, you can practice that. It's easy, but people generally don't have that skill. And it's easy to like give that skill to people and practice it and have a conversation as a team. So yeah, real talk. It's good. Yeah. And someone just made the comment like, yeah, employers don't want to invest the money. And I'm like, dude, you crazy. You spending all that money. The time investment isn't cheap. Someone made a comment here. Yeah. Carrie's our in-house astrologer, by the way. Leo full moon. That's tonight. There's all kinds of conjunctions and all kinds of shit going on, you guys. It's crazy out there. It's crazy, but it's good. So let's see. What else? That's what I want to talk about, like soft skills and stuff. Any like questions, thoughts, anything burning on people's minds, things they're dealing with at work right now they want to like chat about, talk about? We got a little time. We can do a little official Ask Me Anything, check in with people. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about some stuff. I like it. I will share the, something that I think, Chris, you saw this on Twitter or whatever, but like I usually do a read, watch, listen list or whatever, and I've been telling everybody about this movie lately that I saw this week, which is In and of Itself. It's on Hulu. It's incredible. It's a one-man show that ran in New York for kind of off-Broadway for many shows, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's really great. It's artsy. It's a one-man show, but it's like a little bit of, it's great storytelling. It's compelling. It's wonderful. It's sweet. It's like introspective. It's very, very good. And the guy's a magician, does some like pretty amazing, like, holy shit, how did he do that? But it's not like a magic show. Anyways, highly recommend that. It's fantastic. Just like about identity and who we think we are, who other people see us as. It was wonderful. I think Chris and Nicole that are here, I think both of them, Chris, you haven't seen it yet. I think you said you added it to your list. I can't remember, but anyway, what do we got? Yeah, see, sobbed like a little baby. It's so good. And it's, it's really great. Any things people are dealing with at work they want to talk about, want to chat. I will share, if nothing sort of like comes in there for questions and stuff, talk about something that we're really excited about that I'm super excited about coming up is like one of the reasons that we're switching away from this format, the live weekly format, is to offer that up. I only have so many hours in the day, but to offer that up as an opportunity for like paid clients and sort of like behind a paywall. We're launching this Culture Core thing coming up pretty soon, which is amazing. And that is the basically walking organizations through like phase 1, phase 2 of like how do you roll out and actually do culture in a really tangible way, starting immediately inside organization. So what I'm going to be doing is launching that, and it's going to be groups of 6. So with like 6 companies at a time as a maximum, and they'll all go through it at the same time. So it's like direct coaching from me and resources to be like, you will transform your culture like immediately with like how to really like tangible stuff. So like working with leadership teams, coaching them individually, but like also having that sort of like, companies going through it at the same time so that they can sort of like crowdsource knowledge and best practices. And like, here's what we did that had a lot of success. And so like having that connection and other leadership teams going through the same work, which is great. I'm super stoked about that. So that's within the next like month or two we're going to launch. But the other thing is the podcast that we've been planning on. So one of the, we just have some really creative, fun ideas for that. There's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of business podcasts or HR podcasts. And I am very excited about making something that's like fun as hell, like having games in different segments and stuff like, so like actual real legitimate like business advice and help for people listening, but just getting guests on there and like doing really fun, weird stuff. There's like this, I don't want to give anything away. It's too good, but I get really, really excited thinking about it. So, cool. Anything else? I don't mind a little bit of downtime. There's just a few of us here today. So, any questions, thoughts, feelings? Peanut Butter Falcon. That's the other one that I suggested that Nicole actually was the one that turned me on to that. It is so brilliant. It's really wonderful and great. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I don't know, guys. Should we shut her down? Last live ever for the Culture Drop. In the meantime, for those of you that don't know, I think everybody here is like on the mailing list for Culture Drop every Tuesday. The emails that come out, the videos, the YouTube channel, obviously like put a lot of content on there. So subscribing to that is a great way to keep up to date with content and see a lot of stuff from me and interact. But on social media, always like, leaving comments, checking in. Here we go. Off culture topic question. What's your go-to song to jam out to at a wedding? Asking for a guy getting married in April. Congratulations on getting married in April, Chris. Party rock anthem. Best song to jam out to at a wedding. Early in the night or later in the night when people are like intoxicated? Because you've got, I think for later in the night when people are like intoxicated, I think earlier in the night you want to get people dancing, so like party rock anthem and that kind of stuff where it's like upbeat stuff. I think towards the end of the night you like move to like the karaoke jams, like the Journey songs and like that kind of stuff that people can all just like sing along with and be excited. But I think you save some of those for like later on. I don't know. You know how many weddings I've done? None. Single. I wasn't laughing like haha. I'm saying I've never had a wedding. So Good. What about all y'all? You guys love weddings. Everyone goes to weddings all the time. I squirm out of every possible wedding that I can. Anything from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, there's some good jams in there. All right. Cool, guys. Well, I don't want to just like hang out here for no reason. So maybe we like wind this thing down and say goodnight. It's been really fun. It's been really fun to have these lives and talk about these topics and subjects. And, I love all this stuff. I love being able to, to jam about topics and talk and ask questions and answer questions and get deeper into the weeds of like, how do you really do these things? And, whether it's culture, communication, conflict, all the kind of thing. The other thing that we have coming down the pipe is something called Transforming Impact, which is going to be some video series of like online video courses that are also going to be amazing around like leadership or conflict or feedback, just things for like, all staff or just leaders around like how to be better and exceptional at sort of whatever your function is, like a mix of sort of like skill sets, mindsets, everything. So we've been, that's been in progress for a while. Super excited about having just like more things to offer up at different sort of like price points and different ways for people to engage and stuff too. But we got this first quarter of the year is like racing to finish my book, coming out with the online courses, launching a podcast probably at the beginning of quarter two. There's just like a lot of things happening, which are really, really cool. Revamp on the website, totally overhauling the website completely. So, and all of my team is on like full blast. Everybody's working their feet off right now. So, cool. All right. Well, I love you people. This has been great and lovely, and I know I will see all of you that are here out in the Twitter sphere and around. But I think I'll wrap things up. Just say like thanks for popping in, being here, and we'll be other iterations of connecting and making cool things happen in the future. But thanks for being awesome. Thanks for connecting. Oh, thank you. It's great. Yeah, we love to make impact. We talk about that a lot as a team in terms of like, as this year is tough and things have been tough, it's like it's nice to have, first of all, our team is just tight and awesome, and the way people show up for each other is a dream come true for me. But it's nice to be able to be doing this work, right? And like impacting people and just making a positive impact on people. Heather, see you tomorrow. Yes. Yay. I'm so excited doing some training tomorrow in California with a bunch of like Head Start groups, and like so excited for that. They're lovely, wonderful human beings that doing great work. So excited about some of that, talking about like navigating change and reducing stress and burnout, and just something very, very fun. So thanks for saying hi, Heather. I am so excited. Yeah, okay. You guys are all great, and I love you. So I'm going to log off. We'll be back, and yeah, you're all great. I love you. Take care. Have a good rest of the week. Be kind, be awesome, be good, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you out there in the universe. Okay, bye.